Week 30, Wednesday and Thursday, picking out the tricky ones again. Might just look at this one, number 5 on our tables. It's some number divided by 7 equals 12 minus 5. We do the side we know, 12 minus 5 is 7. So I need to make 7 over on this side. What number divided by 7 is 7? 49 divided by 7 equals 7. We have a ring around number 9. It says round 2,460 to the nearest 100. So we look not at our units, but our tens. So we look at our tens and we want to round it. Now if we're rounding to the nearest 100, we know there'll be a 0 in the tens place and a 0 in the units place. This 6 rounds up that 100, so it rounds it up to the next 100, which is 2,500. So we've rounded up 2,460 to the next 100. Number 10, some number divided by 4 plus 5 equals 13. This is a good one. Some number divided by 4 plus 6 equals 13. Now division always takes precedence over addition. So we do the division first. Now, let's just put this one aside first. So we'll put this collectively as a number. Some number plus 6 is equal to 13. Well, we know that number has to be 7. So we need to make 7 here, because 7 plus 6 is 13. So what number divided by 4 is 7? Well, we know that number is 28. So 28 divided by 4 is 7, and 7 plus 6 is 13. So this is actually incorrect. This is 28 is in my box here. 28 divided by 4, which is 7. 7 plus 6 is 13. Down to number 13. 2 7/8 kilograms. Want to express it in grams. So 2 7/8 of a kilogram. Let's express it just in grams. 2 7/8 of a kilogram. So this is back to our fractions, converting our fractions to decimals or expressing them as decimals. We know that 2 kg is equal to 2,000 grams. So now let's change our 7/8 of a kilogram. 7 over 8 as a decimal. Well, I know that 1/8 is 0.125, and I can multiply that by 7 and I get 0.875. Or I can divide the denominator into the numerator. So the 8 divides into the numerator of 7. 8 into 7 doesn't go. Decimal point is represented down here, carrying over my 7. 8 into 70. Well, I know that 8 times 8 equals 64. I'm going to use this multiplication fact. So it goes in 8 times, and the difference between 64 and 70 is 6. 8 into 60. I know that 8 times 7 is 56. I'm going to use this multiplication fact. So it goes in 7 times, and the difference between 56 and 60 is 4. 8 into 40 is 5. So 7/8 of a kilogram is 0.875 grams. So overall my answer is 2,875 grams. Number 14, increase 50 by 50%. So we want to increase the value of 50 by 50%, and we're increasing it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find 50% of 50. 50% of 50. Well, that's a half of 50, which is equal to 25. And then I'm going to add on the 50% of to the value of 50, which will give me 75. So I've increased 50 by 50%, which is 75. Number 16. Let's read it first. 0.75 of my money is 12 euro. What is half of my money? So 0.75 of my money is 12 euro. Now I'm going to write that sentence as a math sentence. 0.75 equals 12 euro. 0.75 is a decimal. I'm going to change that to a fraction. 0.75 is 3/4. So 3/4 equals €12. 1/4 is equal to that €12 broken into 3 parts, because this is 3/4. So 1/4 is equal to 3 into €12, which equals 4. Now I have a quarter and I'm asked to find half of it. I know that 2/4 equals a half, and I have 1/4, so 2/4 is equal to that €4 by 2, which is equal to €8. Emma is facing north. Okay, she turns 225 degrees anti-clockwise. She is now facing southwest, east, or southeast. Okay, let's go and draw this out. This is question number 17. Emma is facing north. Okay, and the opposite of north is down the bottom, it's south. Over to the left is west, and over to the right is east. In between north and east is northeast. In between south and east is southeast. South and north are the dominant points. In between west and south, so we always put south before west, southwest. And in between west and north, well, if north is the dominant point, it's northwest. Okay, so Emma is facing north, and she turns 225 degrees anti-clockwise. Now, we know our clock, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the direction a clock turns. So if we're going the opposite direction, we're going anti-clockwise. So she turns anti-clockwise 225 degrees. Now, if she turns 180 degrees, she'll turn this way and she'll be facing south. And add on another 45 degrees to 180 degrees, which makes it a 225 degree turn. So she will be facing in between south and east, and that direction is southeast. Final one there on Wednesday is number 18. It's a quarter, take away 0.05. Excuse me, 3/4. 3/4 take away 0.05. So here I have a fraction and here I have a decimal. Let's change this fraction to a decimal. That's 0.75. Take away 0.05, which is equal to 0.7. Express that as a fraction is 7/10. There we go, 7/10. On to Thursday. Again, let's pick one of the tricky table ones, which is number 5. 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36, equals 46 minus 10. Okay, how did I do that? Well, 6 times 6 is 36. And what number minus 10 is 36? Well, the answer there is 46. Number 6. 4/10 plus 5 plus 6 thousandths is equal to 5.406. Don't get caught there. There's no hundredth, so we have nothing in the hundredth, but we have a 6 in the thousandth position. Number 7. 3/4 of a number is 15. Now, if I look at this sum, I'm just going to write the first part as a number sentence. 3/4 of a number is 15. Writing that down as a number sentence. 3/4 equals 15. Straight away I'm going to find 1/4, which is equal to 5. Dividing the 3 into 15 is 5. Now I'm going to find 4/4, which is 4 times that value, which is 20. Now let's see what we're asked. What is 3/10 of it? So we find 3/10 of 20. To find 1/10, we divide in 10, which is 2. To find 3/10, we multiply by 3, which is 6. So 3/10 of the value of 20 is 6. Number 9. Let me write down the sum in brackets. 8 times some number, take away 6, is equal to 10 times 5. Do the side we know. 10 times 5 is 50. So some number minus 6 equals 50. Okay. This number has to be 6 the value 6 greater than 50, so we need to make 56 here, don't we? So 56 minus 6 is 50. So what multiplication sum will make 56? 8 times 7 is 56. So 7 is my answer here. Number 18. 1.8 divided by 0.03. 1.8 divided by 0.03. Now, I don't like dividing with decimal points in it, so I have 2 decimal places here. So I'm going to multiply this number by 100 to remove those decimal places, which will tip on the decimal place to this position, to 3. If I multiply this number by 100, I must multiply this number by 100, and I'll move my decimal place 2 places on, which is 180. So now my sum is 3 into 180, which is 60 times. Number 18, this is a good one. What is the sum of the numbers on a clock face? Okay, so 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's my clock face, and I have to sum up all these numbers. Well, let's start off with 1. 1 bonds with 9, 2 bonds with 8, 3 bonds with 7, 6 bonds with 4. Okay, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40. Now, this is a 4, excuse me. Now I'm missing 5, as in 5 o'clock. I'm missing 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Well, 40 and 5 is 45, and 10, 20, 30, and the 1 and the 2 is 33. 45 and 33 is 78, which is my answer. Number 19, in a sale, a €40 football jersey was reduced by 15%. What was the sale price? So a €40 football jersey was reduced by 15%. Okay, so first we're going to find 15% of 40. 15%, as we know, is 15 over 100. We can simplify that fraction by dividing this by 5, the top by 5 and the bottom by 5, which is 3 over 20. So we're finding 3 over 20 of 40. 20 into 40 goes in twice, multiplied by 3 is 6. So we're reducing the item by €6. So it's €40, take away €6. This is the second part, which leaves us with the new sale price of €34. And the final one, 1 2/5 of a litre expressed in milliliters. So 1 litre is equal to 1,000 milliliters, and 2/5 of 1,000 milliliters. So we have 5 into 1,000 goes in 200 times. Multiplied by 2 is 400, which is 400 milliliters. Put the two of them together is 1,400 milliliters. Agus sin an méid.